Yo, what's happening, YouTube family? It's your boy Koozie. I'm back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. And tonight we're gonna do some strange and bizarre TikTok reactions. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop another hot TikTok reaction video. Yeah, with that said, let's get right to it.
Stop scrolling.
Oh yeah, and these videos for entertainment purposes.
These are strange times that we're living in. And each day that goes by continues to be stranger than the one before. You may be wondering, what is going on? We'll come closer, because we may have some answers for you. The things that go bump in the night, the orbs that are flying in the sky overhead, the mysterious creatures running through the woods are all connected, and we have the thread that connects them all. Join us on this journey as we develop the narrative of truth. Follow the MBFP podcast to get to the bottom of it. The paranormal is as real as the seasons, and winter's coming.
Have you ever heard of the Anunnaki? These ancient beings from Mesopotamian mythology have been the subject of much fascination and debate in recent years. But what if I told you that some people believe the Anunnaki were real and may have actually played a role in human history? According to this theory, the Anunnaki were a group of extraterrestrial beings who came to Earth thousands of years ago. They were said to be highly advanced, possessing knowledge and technology far beyond anything humans of that time could comprehend. But what did they want with us? Some believe that the Anunnaki were responsible for creating humanity, using genetic engineering to create a hybrid race of humans and their own species. Others believe they simply visited Earth to mine for resources, and may have even taught ancient civilizations like the Sumerians advanced techniques like agriculture and metalworking. While there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of the Anunnaki, their legend has persisted for centuries. Whether they were real or simply a myth, their story continues to captivate and inspire those who seek to understand the mysteries of our past.
Anunnaki. Y'all let me know if y'all think it's a possibility that they could be real. Down below in the comment section. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that's watching these videos have already heard about them or kind of have an idea what I'm talking about or what they talking about. Let's get to it. I'm just gonna let it flow, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be building in this.
A long time ago, we arrived on this planet after a very long journey. Our ship was heavily damaged, but we were in luck. We had found a planet with air and water and life. My fool of a brother was in charge. He ordered us to try and make contact with the locals. I told him it was a mistake. Of course, I was proven right.
Could this be the story of the Anunnaki that the ancient Sumerians have said? Or just a bunch of nonsense which was made for fun? Though if it were real, I can't imagine just how it would affect our world today. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.
We were the only intelligent creatures on the planet. It was ours. We studied the flora and fauna. While the others obsessed over big game, I focused on the small. A new order had arisen, the primates. Then, I did something I knew my brother would never understand. I stole some of our precious Aurelia and gave it to my two favorites, Adam and Eve. I could have waited, let nature take its course. But why not give evolution a nudge? But I learned soon that the paradise was doomed. My brother ordered us to take our ship and move underground. You see, the Earth is hollow.
The hollow earth. You come up with the hollow earth theory or conspiracy at the end. That was a nice one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one down below in the comment section. And for quick disclaimer notes, once again, this video is for entertainment purposes. Don't believe anything you see or hear in these videos. Always do your own research and always use your own discernment. With that said, let's continue. Let's get to it.
Have you ever wondered why the Anunnaki are not mentioned in the Bible? The Anunnaki are known as ancient deities from Mesopotamian mythology, who supposedly created humans. However, there is no mention of them in the Bible. Some scholars believe that the reason the Anunnaki were not mentioned in the Bible is because the authors of the Bible were not aware of their existence. Others believe that the Anunnaki were deliberately omitted from the Bible by religious leaders. According to ancient texts, the Anunnaki were powerful beings who were able to live for thousands of years. They were known to have advanced technology and were revered as gods by the Sumerians. It's possible that the leaders of early Christianity did not want to acknowledge the existence of other powerful beings, as it could have threatened their own power and authority. Alternatively, it's possible that the stories of the Anunnaki were simply not included in the Bible because they did not fit with the narrative that early Christians were trying to create. Whatever the reason, the absence of the Anunnaki in the Bible is a mystery that continues to puzzle historians and scholars to this day.
That's something right there that's going, irk a lot of nerds, you know what I'm saying? Other than, the people, the people that don't really know what's going on, the people that really know, and that believe in one true God, they gonna know. But these people, in my opinion, I think those Anunnaki are the fallen angels, you know what I mean? And to some people, they are gods, the ones that don't believe in the one true God, and I'm not here to push anything on anybody. I'm just saying what I believe, But yeah, in my opinion, I'm giving my opinion. But I think that those are the fallen angels that came down, and to them, they are gods. They worship them as gods. They think, that they created them. They believe that. But hey, that's my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. Y'all see it, it's right in front of your face. When you got eyes to see. Even though you got eyes to hear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear what they've been telling you and you see what they've been showing you, man. Where y'all think they get this technology from? Why we can't duplicate it to this day? Exactly. Those stones are man, they weigh tons and tons. Man, we don't have the type of machinery to lift that stuff. And the machinery that we do have, they could try to lift this will strain. It could, hey, man, y'all know what time it is. If you don't believe me, go do your research, like I say always. But hey, man, that's crazy. Y'all know what's happening. Y'all know where that technology come from. Do your research.
People talk about the Anunnaki, people describe the Anunnaki, and they even have different names. But what you may not know, that these are actually extraterrestrials. And we would say that each of those gods are not single individuals, but they're collectives. They're races of beings. And there's actually, each one of those gods is a different collective, a different race of Anunnaki. They're actually not pure Anunnaki. And there's a difference because we're going to have the actual Anunnaki, their DNA gets stolen and made their own hybrids. So there's many DNA templates of Anunnaki that are very unique, each one, such as Marduk, which comes from an Anunnaki plus an Omicron, and actually explain them from a multidimensional perspective. Because you cannot understand aliens, God, or gods. You cannot understand Anunnaki unless you understand a little bit about the dimensions. Reality is not just one level, it's many, okay? Not just heaven and hell and earth. There's 15 levels of reality because you understand that these beings are not from our level of reality, not just a different planet.
Oh boy, man.
We literally were re-engineered to become a slave race on this planet. Enki had an idea, says, look, let us take the existing being on this planet and add our essence to them and get them to bear the load of the labor. So basically create a slave race. Not from dust, not from actual, like, you know, the Bible says he takes some clay and wet clay and spit on it and blah, blah, blah. No, from taking a being that's here already, genetically tinkering with it, making it, inserting a worship gene, which we know the gene for worship was inserted into the genome. We know that for a fact now through genetic studies, and it can be turned on and it can also be turned off. We'll get them to worship us. They'll think we're God and they'll do the work just to honor us. And they put them out there to do all the work and take the load away from the Ijiji, the working class Anunnaki.
Yeah, man. I hear you, man. Say it sounds good, but hey, once you talk about the Bible, blah, 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 you lost me, man. I just straight seen you and all I heard was, man, I'm a plant. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not credible. You know, he gonna give you some truth, but not all the truth, man. You gotta watch that type of, you know, activity, man. He might be an agent out here, not for the right side is what I'm getting at. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that situation right there in the comment section.
I know you can see the divergence in time. What did Q do in the past? When he turned our world into a polluted, totalitarian nightmare.
Friend, then foe, and now.
Answer the question. What did Q do?
A temporal rescission. A single change.
What was it? When was it?
Calculating. 2024. That is the when, where is the where? Calculating. Earth. The change in the timeline originates there. In Los Angeles. Calculating. There is someone there to help. A watcher. Seek the watcher.
You can't really want me to summon a Q. A long time ago, after a long Cold War, my people and the denizens of the Q continuum struck a truce.
Denizens?
Well, I'm not gonna call them gods, that's for damn sure.
I'm sorry. Go on.
We Elorians believe food and drink unite us. So the truce was made over a bottle. This one. To my people, every action vibrates. Every word has resonance. Metal and liquid can capture the half-life of a moment. So when I say the truce was made over a bottle...
You mean the moment itself is still inside?
Elorians hear the world like music. Dial in the right note, right memory, find the right chord, and pluck it back. You know that...
You can help me do.
Deep, man. That was deep, man. Hey, anybody know the movie? The clip that come from? Y'all let me know, man, because I definitely got to check that out for real, the full movie. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that clip down below in the comment section. That was real deep what she was saying, because it was true. 2024, they had me at that one. 2024, my bad, y'all. Why 2024? Let me know why.
These Anunnaki, it tricked us over these tens of thousands of years since Atlantis, and even millions of years in the previous Atlantis. They have managed to freaking change our religions. They have managed to trick us and make us confused about God and about our past and about our history, our heritage. They went so far as to even say they are our creators. And even nowadays, they're still telling us they created us. It's all bullshit, vatos. You're more powerful than they are. You're 12th strand consciousness, not 11th strand. You are here representing the principle and true intention of God. We're here to fix the mess these fallen angels made to our planet and to our race.
Come on now, he was telling you.
Again, Anunnaki, if you break the word down, Anu, who is the most high of the Sumerian doctrine, who had two sons, Enlil and Enki, and you're saying Anunnaki, the planet Earth was called Ki at one point. This way you get G or Geo or geometry, and all that comes from the word Ki, yeah? So what you're saying is Anu sent beings in groups of 50, that's what Na is, to the planet Ki, and they came here. But people just go Anunnaki, but like, okay, what does Anunnaki mean? And then you get confused unless you can break the word down in the language, you see?
Man, somebody let me know, man. Is he on point or is he just talking, man? Let me know down
Did
below.
the Anunnaki fully leave this planet?
As far as I know, they were recalled because what they did, as in my understanding, as Bashar has explained it, what they did, they shouldn't have done. They weren't supposed to genetically engineer the native species at all. And therefore, by having done that to aid and assist them in their work, I think my understanding of the story is that they were actually recalled. And then the rest of the Anunnaki had to sort of guide us for a while to make sure we could sort of survive on our own. And that's where all the ancient stories of the gods come in that are intervening, with humanity and all that kind of stuff. Watching us.
The giants too?
That's more the idea of the early Anunnaki actually mating with human women, creating the demigods and all of that kind of stuff. So again, not something they probably should have.
AKA Nephilim. Never forget that. I just said that. I believe that they were the
done, and we're obviously part of them. If that whole story holds water, we're part Anunnaki. That's why our genetics are what they are. Why things could be very confused here for us. Why there's such a mix of people. So the story isn't complete yet, but so far that's what we've been told from Bashar.
What is the link with the Anunnaki and the Egyptians? Is there any link there?
There may be. That's more recent. The Anunnaki were hundreds of thousands of years ago. The idea, though, that they spawned once humanity was kind of guided to a certain point, it spawned advanced civilizations like what we call Lemuria and Atlantis. Right. And I think it's more the advanced civilization of Atlantis that affected the early Egyptian civilization and started giving them the knowledge they needed to build pyramids and all that kind of stuff that are still very advanced today until the knowledge was lost. But, the destruction of Atlantis and all that caused a lot of knowledge to be lost over time. So we're only just kind of recapturing some of that now.
I'm curious about the correlation between our level of consciousness and the ability to hold information and the awareness of how the pyramids were built and rediscovering this information. Is it more of sort of like a parallel meeting place that happens with the technology and consciousness, or yes?
Yeah, I think Bashar has said, the level of technology that exists in any civilization is a marker to some degree of the level of their consciousness, because if your consciousness doesn't arrive at a certain level, you can't even imagine how to build certain things, how to do things. Now, the Atlanteans had a very high level of consciousness at a certain point in their history, as I understand it, and they achieved a lot of things, but they also achieved a lot of things that are different than the way we've achieved certain things. So we have yet to learn how they did certain things, although we have hints that they understood things about light, about sound, vibration, that allowed them to achieve a lot of interesting things. And we just have learned to do things differently. We have atomic power. I don't think they had atomic power, but they had vibrational power. Mm-hmm. They had an understanding of crystalline light power, and things like that. So, it's just a matter of how each civilization expresses what their consciousness does. The problem is that our consciousness is also compartmentalized. So we can have certain advances in technology and not necessarily be so advanced spiritually or morally, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to catch up, I think, to the idea that all has to be balanced out before we can really achieve a quantum leap to the next level of understanding.
I want to go both sides of that. So first off, what is it that takes a civilization out? Is there actual proactive entities that make sure that a planet stays calm enough? Or is it cataclysm? Is it asteroids?
Well, yeah, from Bashar's point of view, that's what wiped out Atlantis finally, was a comet hit the sea and tsunamis everywhere. And that, to me, is what he says, that's the biblical flood that we're recounting, is the fact that a comet hit the ocean and there were floods that happened, widespread floods that happened from that, and it wiped out the last vestiges of Atlantis. But again, Earth is a place of cycles. There are cataclysms that happen in this reality. that have taken out many different civilizations. I think scientists are beginning to discover that more than a few civilizations have been wiped out on this planet by a variety of catastrophes, including meteorites. So, it's like begin again, begin again, begin again. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of pyramids around the world and temples were built, is we're going to lose this information from time to time, because that's just the nature of being on Earth. So let's build things that are almost indestructible, that contain all the information that people will need to rediscover, so they don't have to start from scratch. They just have to be smart enough to understand that this is a special structure and that there's something they can learn from it. And we have discovered, obviously, there's advanced mathematics in the Great Pyramid and other temples and pyramids around the world. And I think they were all constructed around the same time before the destruction of Atlantis, because I think some people knew it was coming again. Because these things work in cycles, So
you say that, and I've thought to myself, what would I do if I thought that there was going to be some kind of fallout? And I thought to myself, where would I go if that happened? What would I do? And it'd be like, you just go inner Earth. Like, where else do you go? If you can't get off the planet, you go inside.
Right, and that's exactly, that's exactly what happened with the Greys. They went underground, and that's why they mutated into the form that they're in. It's why they have such large eyes. They had to see in the dark. So even though they had lighting, it's very sparse, because again, they were at a point where their civilization had pretty much collapsed. In scrounging together whatever advancement they had was the last ditch effort to shift to another reality, to save themselves. So they mutated in the way that they did by going underground.
Are they still there?
No, that's long gone in their reality. I mean, again, everything exists at the same time, but linearly speaking, no. That's over and done with for them, because now they're here and they're creating the hybrids, and there may not be that many Greys left, in fact, at this time frame.
So being on Earth, on the surface, or in a ship nearby,
in ships,
on
mostly.
the moon?
Yeah, bases, underground, under ocean, on the moon, bases like that, things like that, from where they can operate with impunity. But, we were, according to the stories, offered a lot of this technology, not necessarily from the Greys, but from other species back in the 50s, and we refused, again, out of fear. So, they're doing what they can behind the scenes to save themselves and hopefully save us from going down the same path. But there's a lot of paranoia and a lot of fear to overcome in the powers that be, because they don't want to lose what they see as their power, even though it's not really an expression of power. But, it's starting to come out. The cracks are showing, information is leaking out. And a lot of people I've heard on the inside are trying to get that information out as well, because they no longer believe it's really to our benefit to keep all of this hidden.
Inside? When you say inside, who is it you're referring to?
Inside the clandestine organizations that are privy to the information that we have crashed craft, we have alien bodies that know what's going on with, all of that. I think there's a larger number every day of people on the inside that are talking. There was just a Senate hearing recently by someone that was from the inside that said, hey, this is what's actually happening, folks. So you're seeing that more and more. I think people are refusing to keep this a secret because they know it's not to our benefit any longer to do that. It may have been a good thing to do just after World War II when everyone was really scared, but it's gone on for too long just because people are trying to do power grabs and stuff like that. It's no longer to our benefit, I think, to keep this a secret.
Boy, she got him to spill.
Stayed in Iraq for over a decade after it was liberated, not because of oil, but something way more powerful. In the 1920s, a British explorer discovered what was rumored to be the oldest known stargate in the world, a device that's essentially able to take people across interstellar distances instantly. It was located at what is known today as the Great Ziggurat. However, in the 1980s, Saddam Hussein fortified the ancient complex in an attempt to keep explorers from seeing revealing what was hidden inside. Furthermore, strange ancient technology has been seen coming out of the Great Ziggurat, rumored to have come through the Stargate from an ancient civilization now living on the hidden planet Nibiru. People who have come out and spoken about these strange devices and coincidentally went missing soon after, with many more people in recent times coming forward, claiming to have been involved in classified programs in Iraq where Stargate technology was used. Many people are wondering.
Man, that's crazy. Man, y'all think that's just some clip, some stuff out of a movie? Y'all think that could possibly be true? Do y'all think them Stargates could actually be real or what, man? I don't know, man. I think it's cap. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below in
The return of the Anunnaki, the greatest leak of the Pentagon secrets. It is believed that the Anunnaki were the creators of man. These powerful gods left Earth in the distant past, saying that someday they would return. Interestingly, if you look at ancient cultures around the world, most of the creator gods left Earth and promised to return someday. According to certain researchers and authors, the Anunnaki must return to Earth to fix what they had done wrong, in order to accelerate a spiritual awakening and the evolution of human consciousness. The Anunnaki could return to Earth, according to a recent interview with Stan Deyo, who said that NASA and the Pentagon believe that the Anunnaki will return with the arrival of the planet Nibiru. But wait a minute, Nibiru, the Anunnaki and all these things really exist? In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki were a group of good and bad gods and goddesses who came to Earth and eventually created the human race. The existence of the ancient extraterrestrial civilization, the Anunnaki who came to Earth in the distant past, has long been disputed by researchers. However, their existence and their arrival on planet Earth is well documented in many ancient texts that the history has completely ignored according to numerous authors from around the world. Interestingly, there are certain African cultures that believe that extraterrestrial beings have been visiting Earth for tens of thousands of years. For example, the Zulu legends speak of a time when star visitors came to dig gold and others natural resources. These mines were worked by slaves created by the first people. According to some sources and interpretations, these gods came from Nibiru. The Assyrians and the Babylonians called the planet Marduk. The Sumerians said that 1 year on the planet Nibiru, ASAR, is equivalent to 3,600 years on Earth. According to the Washington Post, a celestial body possibly as large as the giant planet Jupiter and possibly so close to Earth and that could be part of this solar system has been found in the direction of the Orion constellation by a telescope in orbit aboard a U.S. infrared astronomical satellite. All I can tell you is that we do not know what it is, said Jerry Neugebauer, senior IRAS scientist. R. Harrington wrote a very interesting article in the Astronomical Journal in 1988. Harrington suggested that there was a planet 3 or 4 times the size of Earth, and that it was in a position 3 or 4 times farther from the Sun than Pluto. According to the mathematical models presented, it is believed that planet X or Nibiru has an extremely elliptical orbit of 30 degrees. In 2008, Japanese researchers announced that according to their calculations, there should be an undiscovered planet at a distance of approximately 100 astronomical units, that is up to 2/3 the size of planet Earth. Many would say that the above suggests that a planet like Nibiru can exist. It is believed that the average life expectancy of the Anunnaki was 120 SARS, which is 120 by 3,600 or 432,000 years according to ancient texts. The list of the Sumerian kings is perhaps one of the most important ancient texts that perfectly describes a moment in history in which, literally, the gods ruled for thousands of years. After the rain descended from heaven, the rain was at Rethink. In Rethink, Elulim became king. He ruled for 28,800 years. Alaliar ruled for 36,000 years. Second Kings. They ruled for 64,800 years. One of the most interesting details about the list of the Sumerian kings is the fact that the oldest list describes 8 kings who ruled the earth for a total of 241,200 years, since the original royalty had descended from heaven, until the moment of that great flood that swept the earth, and once again, the rain was taken down from heaven after the flood.
Now that's something to think about. They mentioned the flood, Noah's flood, Noah's Ark, and the rain coming down from the sky, from the heavens, aka the fallen angels, Y'all, that's something to think about. Could be true. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Stargate is something that I've been hearing a lot about. I see people when Stargate gets brought up, and I see a lot of this. I don't think people know what Stargate is. I don't know what Stargate is. So could you give us a quick brief on what the Stargate program is?
Stargate program, from my understanding, and I'm still doing a lot of research into it because it's very prevalent in our community and impacting our children. So it's very important that people understand that. The Stargate program, as I experienced it, was I would get removed from the standard curriculum classroom in my grammar school and would be brought to the library. At the time, they weren't really explaining to us what was going on. It was just very bizarre to me. In my research since then, I've discovered that it was the Robert Monroe Institute's protocols for remote viewing that we were being trained in. I was given eye drops, unbeknownst to my parents, and it's my understanding that it was some sort of hybrid LSD that was very fast acting as well as fast wearing off.
Destruction will be so intense that a new...
Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below in the comment section. Yes,
makeover of Jerusalem will be required. It says, it is posted that a Stargate will be established close to the city Jerusalem near the year 2024 AD. That's after damnation. That is what we're in right now. The portal for this Stargate will likely be Ezekiel's temple. The refurbished and expanded city of Jerusalem in Israel will be capital of the world in every aspect. This dimensional portal was seen by Jacob when he dreamt of a stairway to heaven with angels ascending and descending. And Stargate that they say is gonna be there in 2024, right? Because that's why this big war is happening. And this is why America is getting involved, right? Somehow these beings, probably the Anunnaki, the portal that they had left out from was in that area. So they most likely might come back through that area. And a number of wars are mentioned in the tribulation times 2017 to 2024 AD. Will the seal opening when peace shall depart and men seek to destroy one another. This is the last tribulation war and it shall be very intense. This person is basically giving out the predictions and through the text of the Bible. I hope y'all understood what I was putting down, trying to translate it into my way of perceiving it.
Man, sometimes that could be our problem, trying to translate it as mankind, you know, trying to translate it to our version where we can understand it. That might be the problem, but hey, I like how she be breaking the videos down. Shout out to Real Kai, keep doing your thing. And shout out to all the other creators, because I couldn't do this without y'all, you know, or the supporters out here. I want to appreciate all y'all out here. You know, let's get it.
Are we doomed to face a nuclear war in 2024? This is what Anunnaki expert Zecharia Sitchin believed and prophesied in his last book, The End of Days. He also believed that history is cyclical and that we are destined to undergo repeated sequences of divine revelation and judgment. The first Armageddon we faced, according to Sitchin, occurred in 2024 BC. Sitchin claims that the bombing of Marduk's enemy territory caused nuclear fallout that drifted towards Sumer, which created the evil wind spoken of in the Sumerian text. Interestingly enough, it was the god Ninurta who bombed Marduk's stronghold. Ninurta's emblem was the double-headed eagle, the very same symbol that was used by Rome and now Russia. Marduk's symbol was the snake dragon, a symbol frequently described throughout the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation.
Hey, man.
What if I told you it's a 90% chance that you could be a chosen person on this planet? Would you believe me? It was a time when we had to go to the elders for answers about life and answers about the universe. Now we are going to the youth because the older souls are now returning. There are so many people that's actually waiting for the Anunnaki to actually come back to save them. I want to say this to the people. If you sit around and wait for these aliens to come and save you, there's no difference than religion people waiting for Christ to come back and save you. We save ourselves. When the Anunnaki came here, they created some of us, not all of us. There's a big difference because some of us are really chosen ones and some of us was made in laboratories. If you look at that bucket that Anunnaki is carrying, they are planting seeds. It's a lot of people on this planet that don't have spirits and they don't have souls. They are just empty vessels to take up space. but some of us come from higher dimensions to make sure this dimension don't be destroyed. There's a book on this planet called the Voynich Manuscript. This book is explaining life and explaining the past and the future, but no one on this planet can read this book. They say this book was actually written by angels. The angels came here and told everyone what was going to happen, and they explained that we actually came from plants. We was from the soil, now we manifested into walking trees. I would suggest that you Google this book, the Voynich Manuscript, and try to understand what are they trying to say to us. These Anunnaki went from planet to planet, planting seeds. This is why Earth is called a plant. It's really a big ass seed. Even with the Adam and Eve story, when they say Eve ate the apple, then Adam ate the apple was really talking about seeds. Or a woman giving birth, because when we had children, we called our children our seeds. The universe gives birth to all kind of life, and we are giving birth to all kind of life because we are the universe. But we are getting to a point where things are about to stop manifesting. And this is why Bill Gates and all the other weirdos are now removing the seeds from all kind of fruit. If you remove the seeds from the fruit, you will remove the seeds from us, and we will stop manifesting or creating children. The reason why so many people can't wake up and understand this knowledge about seeds and manifesting things is because Earth goes through a process. Earth resets every 5,000 years. Everything in the universe have a natural cycle. We have cycles, the seasons have cycles, and so do Earth. So we're about to go through this 5,000 years where everything about to be wiped out, and it's going to start all over again. Some of us get a little bit of knowledge and information, and they want to debate about who's smarter. Did you know our true purpose was to leave this Earth and go back to the sun? That's how we really evolve.
Man, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that breakdown down below in the comment section, man. Our boy on point, do he know what he talking about, or was he just like all over the place? Let me know.
This man must have a death wish.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, the vast majority of you watching this video should not do this. This guy decided that it would be a fun idea to jump into this river right here that leads directly into the ocean. And as you can see, we've got some pretty fast moving water, some very large waves, and of course the ocean back here. The thing is, this guy is likely a professional surfer, or at the very least, a very experienced surfer, because these guys like to ride these waves right here. This is a pretty common thing that you might see at the beach. You can see we've got a bunch of surfers right here, and this is a man-made river. What makes this so dangerous is the current of the water. If you're not a strong swimmer, this sort of river can have an effect that's similar to rip currents. I'm going to be clear though, it's not a rip current. But what it can do is it can pull you out to sea and drown you, especially if you don't know how to escape this type of current. If you were to fall into this moving water right here, what you would want to do is stay calm until you got right around here, and then you're going to want to swim parallel to the shore to escape the current. Even if you were a professional, I would still highly discourage you from doing this, but hey, it's your life, your choice.
Say, man, that's crazy, man. That look kind of fun, though. How many of y'all would jump in that anyway, man? How many of y'all down below in the comment section have jumped in something like that?
Ever heard of Bessie Coleman? She shattered stereotypes and soared to new heights as the first black female aviator. Let's rewind and uncover her inspiring journey. Born in 1892, Bessie faced racial and gender barriers, but never gave up on her dream of flying. She went to France to earn her pilot's license because no flight school in the US accepted her due to discrimination. Talk about determination. Bessie became a sensation, dazzling crowds with her daredevil stunts and breaking barriers in the aviation world. Imagine the courage it took to defy gravity and societal norms. Let's honor the fearless spirit of Bessie Coleman. Drop those plain emojis if her trailblazing journey has you feeling inspired. Let's keep soaring and breaking barriers together.
Have y'all ever
Hold up. How many y'all heard of Bessie?
seen ramen noodles under a microscope? Yeah, I think we should take a look.
Yeah, I love me some ramen.
Think you'll be surprised. Cause what?
Oh shit, what is that?
It's this.
It's like bugs, cuz.
This is on ramen noodles.
Man. Niggas, them ticks.
So when you eat the ramen noodles, you eating them too? If y'all know what insect this is, let me know in the comments.
Some kind of bed bug.
Why does it look like a tick? And then it get worse. Let's see what these insects do when you add water to the ramen noodles. They float. So when you make your ramen noodles, they float. You know how I say when you eat processed food, it can give you parasites? That's just something to think about. Let me know in the comments. Is y'all still eating ramen noodles after watching this? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content, and hit that business email if y'all trying to work.
Man, how many of y'all still gonna eat some of
Saying that this entire realm is a fractal of a whole. We're a fractal of the universe, and our consciousness, even though it's one consciousness, it's also a fractal of the main master consciousness. And it's really incredible that every thought that you think in your skull, it leaves your skull as a form of a light wave. Every time you think, we know this because we can put a cap on your head in a laboratory, put a little electrodes on it, sensors, and tell you to think about something, and it's going to show up on the computer screen. Because
So have you ever heard about the worm shark? If you haven't, watch this video.
This experiment started off by taking DNA from one of our pet worms, and splicing it together with DNA from one of our pet sharks.
A worm and a
here.
shark.
We took their samples to our laboratory where we spliced them together, fertilized eggs, and we had our chicken keep them warm until they were ready to hatch. And after 5 months, they were born. These are the world's first worm sharks. They're half worm, half shark. They breathe air and can also breathe underwater. They're extremely intelligent and very friendly. These are some of the most amazing creatures we have ever made.
We're definitely living in the days of Noah. Cause what in the abomination did we just watch? People just get bored and start making Pokemon characters, splicing DNA and creating worm sharks. Bro, I literally cannot make this up. Y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on worm sharks in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content. Hit that Gmail if y'all trying to do business.
The Mandela.
No, for real though, y'all go show my boy Wisdom Blast some love on YouTube and TikTok and all the rest of the sites. Man, that's crazy. Like he said, man, it got to be the days of Noah, man, because some things just ain't meant to be tampered with, man. And we don't need to be splicing no DNA anyway. They out here trying to play God, man. If God didn't make it, man, let that alone. For real. Let me know what y'all think about that.
You may have noticed over the past years that the collective memory of the world seems to be wrong about certain details from the past. Could these discrepancies be answered using the most powerful experimental tools at our disposal? The new Mandela effects that keep popping up every now and again have led some to theorize that parallel worlds may be merging with our own, bringing with it minor changes to the timeline. According to some of the modern theories of reality, there are an infinite number of parallel universes that are born out of each possibility that presents itself. This would mean there are an infinite number of nearly identical copies of the world, each going along its own timeline. But the possibility of two of these universes merging does not break any laws of our physical world. Researchers at CERN are on the hunt for any clue of the existence of these parallel worlds that may be hidden in the underlying code of the universe.
Have y'all heard about this new Google update? You might want to stop and listen.
Nope.
Because Google reveals that AI will read all your private messages. Stop. Now let it marinate. Okay, let's continue. Google just unveiled a game-changer AI upgrade for Androids. But it has a dark side. Google AI will read and analyze your private messages, going back forever. Now they have a Google AI robot that's reading and analyzing your messages. And the robot will also analyze private content for messages to understand the context of your conversation, your tone, and your interest. to tailor its response to your mood and vibe. So basically what I just read is these robots is collecting data on you so they know you better than you know yourself. Cause me personally, y'all trying to learn my tone and my mood, y'all doing too much for me. And who told y'all can go on my private messages? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Google robot reading y'all private messages to get to understand you better. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content. And hit that business email if y'all trying to work.
No, for real, I'm with him.
They have an experiment where they have one gentleman in a room with a blindfold on and his hand on a remote control, video game in front of him, but he can't see the video game. They have another gentleman in another room who's looking at the video game with no remote control. They create a mind link between the two and transfer this guy's mind into the other guy. He's now controlling the other guy's hands to play the video game.
No way.
Yes.
This is documented.
Documented. In Russia, the 2045 project, they've already took a monkey and transferred its consciousness into a computer. That was done in 2010. They have the Avatar project where they transfer a soldier's consciousness into a field robot, and then the only thing that gets damaged if the robot blows up, the symbiotic link is disconnected through consciousness, but the soldier's obviously not going to die. They can take a skin cell from you, they can put it in a petri dish, they can get it under the right conditions, turn that skin cell into a stem cell, culture that, turn that into a group of stem cells, and then grow that into a full clone of yourself using your own stem cells, and then transfer your mind into your new body.
You got one species.
That's too much. Man, y'all heard what he said. Basically, he said they could clone, man. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think about that one down below in the comments.
Who come from a cave. Inside of a cave is cool, it's dark, windows down, moist. That's how most people have their houses. The people who come from the caves develop diseases and carry diseases. Asthma, sinus problems, sinus infections. Right? The sun people who come from the sun don't go in the caves, because if you take a flower and put it in a dark cave, it's gonna die because it needs sun. We the flower and we sun people. So somebody done tricked us to running from the sun, because now black people will not go out in the sun. Man, it's too hot out there. It's 108 degrees outside. Naturally, your body is at 100. How is 108 degrees really hot? That's your mindset. The white boy, you done been tricked, nigga. They done took you out your power. You don't even go outside no more. Who do you see outside now? The Mexicans.
Working like a motherfucker.
The new niggas.
Working like a motherfucker.
The new niggas. Getting all that sunlight. That's why they strong now. That's why. Listen. So let me break it down. So they done tricked us out the sun.
Oh, he been boxing too. You see that?
I see it still. They done tricked us out the sun. And boy, they done took us away from our pork. Between that pork and that sun, the nigga lived to be in his hundreds and his 90s. He didn't eat that beef like the white man. All the cancer's coming from the beef, not the pork. It's coming from the cow. The cow's milk. That red motherfucking meat. Now that chicken is fucking these niggas ass up even worse because how they process it. It ain't got a beak no more. And niggas used to grow their own motherfucking chickens. Niggas used to fry their own motherfucking chicken. When did niggas start buying chicken from the Asians, from the Asian chicken spots? You mean to tell me there ain't no black person nowhere in this city that can outcook these Asians in frying fish? They can make a batter, but we run to the Asian spot. So they done told us, man, don't eat that pork. But they run into this beef. Man, that beef is so, homie, the cyst that's on beef is so horrifically, man, that's because beef is the only source of food. It's already a dead carcass. So we're not supposed to be eating dead carcasses anyway. That's the white boy. He a caveman. He eat raw meat. He eat. It sounds funny, but why do you think you eat a steak bloody raw? Bro, that's his diet. That's not ours. We don't have the same genes. That's why they got to come over here and tap into ours. So if you going, yeah. So he eat raw meat because he like to taste blood. That's why when you saw Deontay Wilder and Fury fighting and that nigga licked that nigga's blood. You know why? Y'all laughing. It gave him strength. Like the sun. Listen, homie, like the sun give us strength. The sun weakens him. Why you think he show up everywhere? Nigga, he'll eat a woman's pussy bloody. Because it gives him strength. They even got some drinking it. Order it to drink because it gives them strength. Because of what they're made of. We're the only people on this earth, on this God-given earth, that has 100% human DNA. We are. We better not be drinking nobody's blood. We better not be drinking nobody's milk. When you get through breastfeeding your baby, that baby's supposed to not drink no more milk ever again. Almond milk is not milk. The white man made that because he like milk. He has to drink animal's milk. The black woman used to breastfeed the white baby. The white woman ain't never breastfed no nigger baby. And the white baby became strong and healthy off that nigger's milk. And they go, as soon as he get off that titty, guess what they gonna give him? Bloody meat. That's his diet. That ain't ours. See, they got y'all believing that the pig is bad because when the white boy get the pig, he treat the pig bad and make him eat all this. But the wild hog eats vegetation. The wild hog eat vegetation. They don't tell you that.
That's right.
You know, we miseducated, man. Yeah, we miseducated like a motherfucker, but hey, I'm gonna keep playing dumb.
Charleston. Hey, man, that one got deep, man. I almost reacting to it, man, because I was sucking up so much knowledge, man. That's crazy, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one down below in the comment section, man. Charleston is something else, man. He be going in, man. He be a narcissist sometimes, but he coming straight with that message, man. Y'all gotta pay attention to the message, not the messenger. For real, though. With that said, this is the video, man. That's the end. Hey, man, if you still watching, I appreciate you for watching and hanging in there. So, man, hey, y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you be notified whenever I drop a new video, especially if you're new to the channel. Hey, it's your boy Coolzy. I'm out. Catch you next video.